Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today we're back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and create this one called Otterbank Avenue. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is real Thomas TV1. So this, well, also as well, there should be a download link in the description for this build if you like to download things that way. It might be a little bit easier, but if not, you can just search my origin ID. And I say hopefully as well because sometimes I do forget to put the download link in, but you know, like I said, you can just search for origin ID instead if it isn't there. And yeah, so I actually built this home on the 1st of October, so that was actually over a month ago now. And the last couple of builds I've been doing, which aren't mansions, so like Braxton House, Elmhurst Avenue, Willowcroft Cottage, those like couple of builds, those were all built like in early September. And I just had like a load of builds that I did over that kind of 2 months, which weren't mansions, and I just didn't really have the time to upload them because, you know, of other things going on, because I did like a bunch of collabs recently, and also, you know, with my additional mansion builds in the week, because now I do Friday and Sunday, so, you know, it's just been kind of pushed back and pushed back, so this has been sitting on my desktop for quite a while. I made sure just to leave it on my desktop, otherwise I would forget about it, but I'm actually really happy how this turned out, and well, I mean, I don't really know that much about it because, like I said, it was over a month ago from when I'd done it, but I am looking at some screenshots and I think I can see 3 bedrooms it looks like, or actually 4 bedrooms it looks like, so it's still a pretty big family home. It's on a 40 by 30 lot on Bindleton Bay, and you can see the name of it in the top left, I think, or is that like another name of a build? I can't even see it because it's too small on my playback screen, but I think this is where the Heckens household is, where I built this on. And I also have been having a load of requests to do smaller builds, because I wasn't really too sure about it, you know, because mansion builds are the most popular ones that I do, so when it comes to doing a smaller build, I'm always a little bit like iffy about it because I don't know if I should do them or not, if people are going to be interested, but actually from the Willowcroft Cottage, Willowcroft Cottage that I did, like the last build was it the last build or last Saturday I think it was, anyway, so on that build I did get a lot of positive feedback because I was a little bit kind of unsure about that type of build, if I should do more of them, and I did have so much feedback on kind of doing some more like smaller builds. People want to see more of that, so hopefully I'll do some more of those. I mean, this, I don't know if this classes as a smaller build. Would you class it as a smaller build? I don't know, let me know in the comment section. I mean, it's definitely smaller than a mansion that I do, but you know, it's still decent size, especially this one since it has 4 bedrooms. And yeah, so as you can see, it was, well, from the thumbnail, it's set in autumn time. Here we are building in summer. Now it isn't actually summer, it's just went into the lot from free build mode. I do that sometimes because it's kind of easier to see what everything actually looks like, because if you build it from like you know, just loading the sim in, then you click build mode, well, if you do that, you're going to have the seasons kind of effects on. So I do like to go from manage worlds and access it that way because it just kind of lets me see everything for how it actually is and just makes things a little bit easier. Now I do build in autumn a lot, so I suppose I could have just built in, you know, the normal build mode like I did with Elmhurst Avenue, which was an autumn theme build I did last week, I think it was. So I mean, it isn't really much of a big deal. I don't know why I'm going on about it so much. Anyway, so I know we're now into November, and I don't know if I should still be doing autumn builds. Now, I know it is still autumn, but I see like everybody on Twitter has already got their Christmas names done, so I don't really know. This is the last autumn build that I've got already recorded, so I don't know if I'm going to do many more. I mean, it's definitely too early, I think, to do winter builds, but it also seems a little bit too late to do, you know, autumn ones as well, so I don't really know what to do. But most of the time when I build, I just do it in summer, just so it's kind of neutral, and it's not, because unless I'm doing like a season specific build, but most of the time it's not, so you know, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so as you can see, we're now working on the interior, and like normal, all of the wall coverings and flooring and lighting are already done. Well, I say lighting, I don't mean like the floor lamps and stuff, I just mean like the general lighting, like on the ceiling. I do that all off screen because you're going to see it anyway once we're working on that particular room, so if the build is going to turn out a little bit on the longer side, I might as well just cut that out. And also, I believe that most of the bathrooms are done off screen. Maybe I've left out one to show you on screen, but I know I've done a few. I can see them already. Like I said as well, bathrooms are very boring. I do the same thing every time because I can't think that many original things to do for bathrooms, so I just tend to cut them out. And yeah, so this living room area, as you can see, is pretty big. You know, it's got a nice big fireplace, lots of seating, and also some other armchairs around the place as well. And I don't really think I did any kids' rooms in this build. No. Oh, actually, yeah, I did do one, actually. I'm just looking at the thumbnail and I can't really see because one of the rooms does have... Sorry, not the thumbnail, the screenshot. One of the bedrooms does have a single bed, but I can't really see any kids' toys apart from, like, a decal on the wall. I don't know, we'll get to that shortly. Let's not jump too much ahead. Anyway, so right now we're working on the kitchen area, as you can see. And this is... Where is this on the pop-out bit? I don't know whether this is the garage area or not. Sometimes what I do is that I make, like, the garage area into a normal room, or sometimes make it into a gym. Sometimes what I do is as well is just make the garage area like fake, if that makes sense. So I just kind of put the garage like little windows in, and then I kind of just make it like a 1x1 room or something, just to kind of have the look from the outside, but just so it's like I can have more space to work with inside. So I believe the kitchen counters are actually covering up the windows, but it doesn't really matter because it's just for decoration, since we don't really have, you know, well, I don't know why I said I don't really have, we don't have altogether cars in the game, so I suppose it doesn't really matter. Now, we are going to be getting an announcement on Tuesday. I don't know when this is going up. I think this is going up on Monday. So tomorrow we do have the Max's monthly live stream. Now, I have absolutely no idea what this secret feature is. I know just the people who went to Sims Camp knows what it is. And I'm really not sure, really, because I remember that one game changer, I think it was Claire, she said that it was a mechanic, and from that, it just kind of, I know some people think it's burglars, but from that, from her saying it's a mechanic, it just kind of makes me think more of like Creator World or something. I don't really know. I really hope it is though, because that might mean I've got the possibility to make bigger than 64x64 mansions. I don't know, but I hope it is, because that would be amazing for me. Anyway, so you can see right now that we're working on the backyard area, and it is pretty small because the house portion, you know, is pretty big. And to begin with, I do struggle a lot with backyard areas. I don't know why, I just always do. They always just turn out really sort of like, I don't really know, I kind of want to say like sparsely decorated, like there just really isn't much going on in them, and it's always a very narrow kind of space as well. I always have so much trouble, it's ridiculous, I don't know why, but when it comes to these areas, and I just don't really know what to do with them. So you can see here that we're just making a little garden area. We've got a backyard table, we've got a little swimming pool. It's not really big, but you know, it gets the job done. Because I don't know if anybody remembers, well, you know how like Sims have the little thought bubbles, like the little whims? Well, sometimes a Sim will get like a whim to have like a 1x1 pool, which kind of makes no sense because I don't know how that would be enjoyable, but in the Sims, it still gives them whatever pools do. So it's kind of like, it doesn't really matter if the size, it could be 1x1. I mean, that's a little bit bigger, so you know, it doesn't really matter because it's still, you know, the Sims will still enjoy it. But personally, in real life, I don't really think that would be as enjoyable if it was like really tiny. Anyway, so you can see there's one of the bathrooms. That one was cut out, but you can kind of see what I did for it. And I kind of just did that for the whole house, so it's, you know, pretty much the same. I mentioned this before as well, but, you know, with bathrooms in real life, especially my house, all the bathrooms in the house have the same flooring and tiling and stuff. Well, actually, one of them doesn't have the same flooring, but they do also have, like, the same, you know, like, tiles and cabinets and stuff, so I kind of just tend to do that in The Sims as well, to just make it all the same, because I feel like it's a little bit more realistic. I suppose I didn't have to. I don't do it all the time. It's just something I do tend to if I'm not really in the mood to do, you know, some bathrooms. Anyway, so this right here is the master bedroom, I believe. I say this a lot, but I can't really say what's going to be the master bedroom and what's not, because they always turn out to be a pretty similar shape, and size, I should say, actually. Because when I do mansion builds, this mostly applies to mansion builds actually, because all the rooms tend to be really big and they're like a similar size, so all of them could be bedrooms really. But now when it comes to smaller homes, what ends up happening is that I end up kind of making the rooms too big, because I'm like used to doing mansions all the time. But for this one, I managed to not, you know, fall in that trap, so I would say that that room that I was just talking about is probably the master bedroom. I don't even know if anybody's like really that interested about master bedrooms. Like, is it really that important to decide on one? Because I never really decide on what's going to be the master bedroom in the house, but I've seen a lot of people's speed builds that they do, so I don't know if that's kind of helpful to know or something. I suppose it is, but you know, depending on what your family has, because I don't know what type of Sims you're going to be using this house for, you can kind of, you know, make changes and adjust that to how you need to. And right now we're just working on this little bedroom, which is just like another neutral room. Like I say all the time, you're probably sick of hearing me say this by now, but I keep all the rooms neutral in my builds, so it's easier for you to move in any type of sim to that particular house, and then you can go ahead and add kids' toys in if it's, you know, if you have a kid or something. Now this room right here was the one I was talking about at the beginning about maybe being a kids' room, because it doesn't seem to have any kids' toys there, but I do go ahead and put one of those like guitar decals. I think it's from Parenthood. on this wall right here. Now, like I said, I'm not, oh, we did put a kid's toy chest in. Okay, so maybe that is a kid's room, but I think, like I said, I built this a long time ago, so I don't really know what I'm doing. But I'm imagining from that, it's probably going to be just a neutral kid's room, and then, you know, very, like, sparsely, well, not sparsely, just, like, neutrally decorated, so you can go ahead and do what you want. We've also got this single room here, too, as well. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this voiceover up here and leave you with the screen. Really hope you enjoyed today's speed build. In the comments section down below, let me know about what you thought of it. If you have any more suggestions for mansion builds or any builds in general you want to see next, that'd be really, really helpful to hear. Leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and you can go ahead and download this from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!